Continuation of Brendan Dassey trial transcript, day 1, continuing on page 217, continued cross-examination by Edelstein of Fassbender. And I believe you testified about 2 pieces or 2 fragments of bullets that you believe were located within the garage, right? Yes, sir. Would you agree with me that the Austin depiction of that particular garage, to the extent that it does not include a great many items that were actually physically present at the time when you first got there, that the Austin exhibit doesn't necessarily show reality? That's correct. In fact, I think you called it a cleaned up version. Yes, there's a lot of debris that was not included in that depiction. Well, it wasn't just debris, there were a lot of items that were not included. By debris, items, I mean, I think of, I agree, debris as something you might throw away. The court, one at a time, go ahead. Fassbender says, items are included in my definition of debris, so yes, items, debris, pieces of machinery, property. Exhibit 58, these are the jeans that you got from Brendan after he basically showed them to you, right? Yes. Okay. You testified they appear to have bleach on them, right? Correct. Okay. These went to the lab, did they not? I believe so, yes. No human blood on there, is there? No. No blood of any kind on there, is there? I was advised that they had been cleaned. Pardon me? I was advised that they had been washed. All right. But no, there was no blood of any kind on there. 27 years in the business, you work closely with the lab. Are you telling me that the fact that those jeans may have been laundered once or even twice, say between October 31st, and I think you picked them up on what day? The 1st? March 1. Okay. 06. Let's say they'd been laundered in between. Are you telling me that the lab would be incapable of determining the presence of blood on those jeans? Greatly reduced if at all possible. I understand you're not an expert, but you've had occasion to have items examined by the lab that have in fact been laundered, haven't you? I may have. I don't have independent knowledge right now, and in my instances, they have not found blood on those items if it's occurred. I don't recollect ever having that happen. Now, you talked briefly about some conversation you had with Brendan, and this was up at Fox Hills Resort, right? That's correct. He stayed there, and his brother stayed there, I think, on the 27th? Yes, and his mother. Okay, and who picked up the tab for that stay? That may have been the county, I'm not sure. It was arranged, and you were well aware that it was arranged, that they would be staying there and could stay there, and it wouldn't cost them anything, right? Certainly. Okay. Be it the state, Calumet County, Manitowoc County, you knew the government picked up the bill? Government picked, yes. All right. In fact, when you went up there, it was about 11:30 at night, right? I'm talking about, I'm not sure. Fox Hills. 10:50 or 11:50, did I say, yeah, 11:50? Court reporter, one at a time, please. Attorney Edelstein, I'm sorry. Court reporter, if possible. Attorney Edelstein, 10:50 sound better? That sounds better. And during the course of that conversation you had with Brendan, you're talking to him about an incident where he had some bleach stains on his pants, right? Correct. And you got around to talking to him about what he was doing in the garage, and you talked about cleaning up some red stuff? Yes. Okay. And the truth of the matter is, Mr. Fassbender, that during the course of that conversation with Brendan, the first person to use the word or to suggest that it was blood on the floor was in fact yourself. Does that sound right? Yes, that sounds right. All right, it wasn't Brendan who said, I thought I was cleaning up blood, right? That's correct. You asked him, could it have been blood? And he simply said, could have been, right? After he described the color, yes. Okay, so you asked him if it could have been blood, and he said, yes, it could have been, right? Something to that effect, yes. And then you asked him, and we're talking about February 27, 06, you gave him a question to the effect that, well, what do you think it was now? And we're talking about that present time, February 26, right? Yes. Okay. And he said could have been blood. He said he believed it was blood. Okay. And those responses came after you indicated that it could have been blood or you thought it was blood, correct? After my question. All right. Attorney Edelstein, that's all. The court, any redirect, counsel? Attorney Kratz, couple of questions just so that we're clear. Redirect examination by Attorney Kratz. Investigator Fassbender, are you or do you now have an independent memory of how many sets of leg irons and how many sets of handcuffs came from the bedroom of Barb Yonda on the 1st of March? To the best of my memory, 2 sets of leg irons and 2 sets of handcuffs. If we would show you the evidence bags, that is the actual containers in which the handcuffs were placed in on the 1st of March, would that tend to refresh your recollection of that? Yes, it would. I'm going to have Mr. Fallon here bring you evidence tag 8266 and 8267. Have you take a look at those and tell me if that refreshes your memory. The bag with evidence tag number 8266 contained 1 pair of silver handcuffs taken from the bedroom of Barb Yonda at the time, Barb Taddock now. And evidence tag 8267 contained 1 pair of silver handcuffs also taken from that same bedroom, Barb Yonda's bedroom. So how many pairs of handcuffs did Barb have in her bedroom? So 2 pair of handcuffs in her bedroom. So the jury understands, and they'll hear from Deputy Kaczarski tomorrow, but there were handcuffs and leg irons also recovered from the bedroom of Steve Avery. Is that right? Yes. Attorney Kratz, I think that's it from this witness, Judge. Thank you. The court, all right. The witness may step down. Any further witnesses? Attorney Kratz, I would prefer to start at tomorrow morning, Judge, with our other law enforcement witnesses, if that would be okay with the court. The court, all right. Tomorrow morning, 8:30. Attorney Kratz, sounds good. The court, jurors, we're going to adjourn for the day. I'm going to remind you again, I'm sure this is going to get tedious listening to me say this, but you can't talk about this case with anybody, including fellow jurors. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Jurors out at 4:37 p.m. The court, anything further on the record this afternoon, gentlemen? Attorney Kratz, no. Attorney Freeman, no, Judge. Court stands adjourned at 4:38 p.m. This is apparently the signed statement of the court reporter. I, Jennifer K. Howe, official court reporter for Circuit Court Branch 3 and the state of Wisconsin, do hereby certify that I reported the foregoing matter and that the foregoing transcript has been carefully prepared by me with my computerized stenographic notes as taken by me in machine shorthand and by computer-assisted transcription thereafter transcribed, and that it is a true and correct transcript of the proceedings had in said matter to the best of my knowledge and ability dated this 11th day of December 2007. And if we scroll down, I guess this is an itemization of all of the items presented and whatnot. I guess, actually, I'm not really sure what this is, so we'll leave it at that. Oh, maybe this is how she does her court reporting. I don't know.